Nakuma na sa balay guys. Oh, wala manok. Urot ng manok ron. Ano?
In the dark hours before dawn, as fierce winds howled and rain battered the windows, the people of the central Philippines awoke to nature's full, unrelenting power. Typhoon Kalmaegi, locally known as Tino, made landfall around midnight on November 4th, striking southern Leyte and nearby provinces with devastating force. Within moments, torrential rain, violent gusts, and towering waves unleashed chaos across the Visayas. In just a few hours, homes were submerged, power lines snapped, and families scrambled to escape the rapidly rising floods. For millions, it was a night they would never forget. A night when survival became the only goal. According to the Philippine weather agency PAGASA, Typhoon Kalmaegi came ashore near the town of Silago, southern Leyte, with sustained winds of 130 kilometers per hour and gusts reaching up to 180. Its central pressure, around 984 hectopascals, was powerful enough to uproot trees, tear roofs from houses, and drive storm surges far inland. As the storm carved a destructive path through Samar, Leyte, Cebu, and parts of Bohol, rivers overflowed and low-lying areas disappeared beneath the floods. Neighborhoods were cut off, roads turned into rivers, and rescue teams struggled to reach those trapped in their homes. By sunrise, the scale of destruction was undeniable. Kalmaegi had left widespread devastation in its wake. Government officials confirmed that hundreds of communities across the central Philippines were affected. At least 26 people lost their lives, though authorities warned that number could rise as rescue teams reach remote areas. More than 387,000 residents were forced to evacuate, crowding into schools, churches, and government shelters. Flights were grounded, ferry services suspended, and major roads rendered impassable. For many, the storm came too fast to prepare. Residents described roofs ripped away in seconds, walls collapsing, and families clinging to any shelter they could find.
Please, God.
In the city of Ormoc, one father recalled watching floodwaters rise through his home in the middle of the night. He carried his 2 children upstairs just moments before water filled the ground floor. "Everything we owned is gone," he said, "but we are alive, and that's what matters." In southern Leyte, rescue teams navigated waist-deep floods and used inflatable boats to reach families stranded on rooftops. Videos shared online showed people waving flashlights through the darkness, signaling desperately for help. Local officials praised the bravery of volunteers who risked their lives to save others. "We are overwhelmed, but we are not giving up," said one rescue worker. Every life we save makes it worth it. The Philippine government quickly activated its national disaster response teams. Military units, Coast Guard personnel, and emergency workers were deployed with helicopters, boats, and rescue equipment. The Department of Social Welfare began distributing food, water, and shelter materials to evacuees. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. extended condolences to the families of the victims and urged communities to remain vigilant against possible floods and landslides in the coming days. Authorities warned that swollen rivers and saturated soil could still pose deadly risks even as the winds subside. Meanwhile, energy companies reported widespread power outages across multiple islands. Repair crews continue to work around the clock, though full restoration could take several days.
Even after the storm passes, lingering monsoon rains and storm surges are expected to continue threatening communities for several more days. Kalmaegi's arrival has once again exposed the vulnerability of many Filipino communities to extreme weather events. With sea levels rising and weather patterns becoming more unpredictable, experts say stronger typhoons could become more frequent in the years to come. The Philippines is hit by an average of 20 tropical storms each year, but climate scientists warn that warming oceans are increasing both their intensity and rainfall potential. For many families who have faced storm after storm, rebuilding is not just about fixing houses, it's about finding the strength to start over again and again. Still, amidst the destruction, the Filipino spirit of bayanihan, or community solidarity, shines through.
Oh my God! Skip na sila, mas lagi duwa ng mga. Sa ilang likuan.
From volunteers handing out food to neighbors clearing debris, every act of kindness becomes a reminder that even in the face of nature's worst, compassion endures. As Typhoon Kalmaegi continues its path across the region, thousands remain in shelters, waiting for the waters to recede and the skies to clear. The days ahead will bring challenges, restoring power, rebuilding homes, and comforting those who've lost everything. But there's also resilience. Time and again, the people of the Philippines have shown that they can rise after every storm, stronger and more united. Still, this tragedy serves as a powerful reminder of how vital preparedness, infrastructure resilience, and climate awareness truly are. If you're watching from afar, consider supporting trusted relief organizations helping those affected by Typhoon Kalmaegi. And wherever you live, remember, every action toward reducing climate risks and protecting our environment matters. Because storms like Kalmaegi remind us that nature has immense power. But humanity's greatest strength lies in how we care for one another.